Hey guys, welcome to Manifesting Better. I'm back with another video and another topic that needs to be addressed. I also have an Instagram account, the link for that is in the description box below. Coaching is also available, the link for that too is in the description box below. Hey guys, hope you're well. So in this video, I want to talk about what I would do if I was manifesting a specific person. Now in this video, I will try to include as many things as possible, but a few disclaimers before I start this video. The first disclaimer that I have to give before I start this video is that this is a general video. What that means is there are many things that I might advise here which might not be applicable in your situation. Similar to all success stories that I post, you won't follow the same steps for all success stories because all success stories are different. So the first thing that you have to see is that I am telling you from what I have seen majority of people do, right? And if you are falling into this situation at any point, like start working on this definitely. But for specific advice, I won't be able to comment on this because I would need to know your situation, which is not something that is possible for me to tell you here. Another thing, and that's only possible in one-on-one sessions. Another thing is that I had some issues with my newsletter. I think that for the past 2-3 weeks, even more, it has been giving me some issues, because of which I wasn't able to send you guys the newsletters which I usually did on every Friday. Now everything has been sorted, so the newsletters will come regularly every Saturday and Tuesday. So now they will be twice a week. You can sign up for my newsletter, it's free, the link is in the bio. Another disclaimer that I would like to give is that here I'm not talking about abusive relationships, neither am I talking about severely toxic relationships. And if you are in that, you might not know, like again, you can consult me, another coach, a therapist, someone who can help you in that direction, help you understand that, and you should be open to understanding that advice. So that would be helpful for you. So the first thing that I would do if I were to manifest a specific person is I would ask myself why. Why do I want this person? Let's say I want a specific person. I would ask myself, why would I want this specific person only? What has this person offered me that I am getting so attracted towards her? What is the reason that I want to spend my time pursuing her? As an individual, I count my time as something valuable, right? So I would ask myself, what has this person done in my life, or what has she done to deserve me calling her my specific person? Like, it should be something that should be a privilege, right? For someone to be called my specific person, I would genuinely need to know, why would I do that? For me, it's a big position. For someone to come and say, oh, I'm Karan's specific person. Like my girlfriend hearing this, that's how I treat her, because she is that person. So if someone were to come in my life and I were to call her my specific person, I would ask myself, what has this person offered to me till now for me to call her my specific person? Am I trying to fulfill some emotional need from her? Am I hoping that, just because I have spent a lot of time with her and I'm limited in options, then I should just go after her? Is my reasoning because of a limitation? Is the reason that I want to spend my one thing that I will never get back in this life, which is my time, going after her? What is the reason? Is the reasoning behind it some sort of limitation? Now, a lot of people ask me this question, and I have been open about this, that a lot of times when people are in toxic dynamics, I do suggest them that, for you, working on you is the solution. And once they start doing that, they start to move on from that situation. And a lot of times I don't. So it's not something that can be a general advice. Just like when you go to the doctor, they tell you what is your medicine that you need based on your situation. So don't assume that I'm telling you here that, you should move on from this person. I am making a video on how to manifest a specific person. I am just telling you that if you are in that place, be open towards that change. Another thing that, people ask me is that, I understand your point, Karan. I will work on myself. But if after working on myself, I still want this person, can I go after them? The question in itself is losing the purpose of why working on yourself was important. You have basically predetermined the outcome of a journey that you haven't actually went into yet. That journey's purpose is to understand that the outcome might change. So why we do this is because a part of us just wants to tell us that, you know what, maybe Karan doesn't know what he's talking about. And I like, it's not an offense, I would have thought the same. So I will tell him that I have worked on myself, while just keeping this perspective that I want this person the same, without actually working on myself to transform my desire, but just to make myself feel better so that this person can come into my life, right? I am just basically transcending my obsession in the future. Then I just spend a lot of time, and then I'm going to be able to say that, you know, I spent 3 months, and you know, now I can firmly say that my decision towards manifesting this person is strict and honest. It's fine if you're doing this, but just be honest with yourself. You're not achieving the thing that you wanted to achieve with the time that you were spending. Don't spend 3 months. Give yourself a small amount of time, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Give yourself some time to understand yourself. And this is not for everyone. This is only for people who know themselves. You know, you always know that this might be a very toxic situation that I'm chasing, and who know themselves that I am on the edge if I should go after this person or not. And then another question that comes up is, but even after that, can I manifest them? First, my question is, does this question make sense? Like, if you're saying I will work on myself, and let's say I don't want them, is it possible to still manifest them? Why would you want to? Secondly, just because you can do something doesn't mean you would do something. For example, I can just as easily start, like I can just stop this recording and I can go and I can run on the road. Would I do that? No. So just because I can do something does not mean I should. Like, sorry if that was a weird example, but I do run on the road sometimes, just as road running. Yeah, so the next thing that I would do is I would ask myself, what are my assumptions about myself? Now, I would specifically target my assumptions about relationships. And for me to target my assumptions about relationships, I will need to see what my assumptions about myself are, because there is a big chance that my core assumptions about me are going to be projected on in some of my relationships. That would be something that I will have to go back in my past relationships. I will have to see my reactions towards situations. What are the people that I was choosing in my life? What was I getting attracted to? What are the things that I was assuming? What were my perceptions? I would actually write all of this down, and I would see what part of these are insecurity driven, what part of these are situations that are good for me, like I should carry on. And I would write down what situations out of these and what parts of these, my identity, should remain in the new version of me that I want to become. And if I want to be someone who can maintain a healthy relationship, what are the qualities that I would be okay with and would help me, and what are the qualities that wouldn't? I would then repeat the same steps about my assumptions about relationships. A lot of times what happens is, because our mind has a need to protect us, when we get into unhealthy relationships very regularly, my mind will start to assume that it's not my choices that are bad, it's the concept of relationships as a whole that is bad. So my mind will tell me that, okay, we will do everything in our power to make sure that you don't get into one, because it's not safe for you. Every time you have gotten into it, you have gotten hurt mentally in some way. You have drained your emotions, your finances, your mindset, your time, your energy, your spirit, whatever it is. So why get into it? Why is that helpful? So to prevent my mind from going into these assumptions, I will find out what my assumptions about relationships actually are. And a good way to ask yourself is, what do I believe about relationships? And just write down, what do you truly believe? Don't sugarcoat it. No one else is reading it. It's only for you. So you will realize what are the true assumptions that you have. And then you can again write down what are the assumptions that you do want to hold. Then I would write down my assumptions about women, and specifically my specific person. The truth is, if I actually focus on the first two parts and my assumptions about women, it would already take care of my assumptions about my specific person. If there would be one or two things that I just assume about her that I don't have to, I will change that. But when people say, I have to recreate my person, a video on this is going to come soon, but you essentially don't want to recreate someone, right? If you do want to, then a question should be is, why do I just want this face and a whole different personality, a whole different person, right? Just clarify that towards yourself. My goal is not to tell you that you should not go after your specific person. I actually am someone who supports people going after specific people. I think I'm one of the first coaches on Instagram, and here I have been very loud and like I have been very open that manifesting a specific person is possible. So I am all in support of your desires, but more than your desires, my support is towards you as a human being, your betterment, helping you see things that you aren't able to see yourself yet. So as you work on these things, that's when I will start to form some techniques and methods. Now these techniques can be any technique. I can start with affirmations, visualization, whatever it is. After that, I will go forward and I will start to, on a daily basis, handle resistance. A video on resistance is already out on my channel. It's linked in the bio. You can check it out. Then I would work on changing my perceptions. Now, how I would change my perceptions is on a daily basis. Whenever these thoughts will come into my mind, I will genuinely ask myself, how am I perceiving this situation? Am I perceiving it as who I was or who I want to be? And lastly, I would be focused on detachment. When I say I will be focused on detachment, what it means is I would be genuinely putting myself in a place where I wouldn't need this anymore. Now, the energy of not needing it and having it are pretty much the same. It's an energy of detachment. It's a state of being where you just don't care because it does not make you feel bothered to that level. So once you start to realize these things, you will start to be in a better position with it. I have always made this one thing my end goal, which has always helped me manifest things faster. I make my end goal detachment from the result, not the result in itself. So every time when I have told myself my major goal, so I have this desire, my major goal is how can I get detached from it? I still do the techniques and the methods, but I change my goal. I have seen that when I start to go towards detachment as my end goal, it makes my manifestations come faster. But then I genuinely have to make detachment my end goal. If I tell myself detachment is my goal just so that manifestations can come faster, then I'm actually ruining the purpose of it. I'm actually getting more attached. So that's how I would go about it if I was manifesting a specific person. I will try to make another part of this video because there are other things also that I would want to talk about in relation to this. So if you have any specific questions about this, please leave them down in the comments below so that I can cover them for you. I will see you guys in the next video and hope you have a good day. Click the like button if you liked the video. Subscribe and turn the notifications on for more such content. Comment down your video suggestions and I will see you guys in the next one.